Hey, thank you so much for watching. I'm Pippi Peterson. You can connect with me on Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as my website at Pippenings.com, where you can get your Righty Row Let's Go t-shirt. So my batteries finally arrived. I'm so excited. My throne has been crowned. So I want to go over why I got these batteries. And first I want everybody to know that these very specific, exact brand, type, everything was my full decision and my absolute first choice. So I was actually offered a free lithium battery. And I thought, oh, that's cool. It's about the same power as what I've got here. But a little bit lighter weight, and lithium, right? That's like the new up and coming thing. And so they were going to give me one for free. And then I called them a few weeks later and I was like, hey, what's the next steps? And they said, oh, we're not ready to launch our battery yet. They had to do more testing. And this was after already like months of testing. And so pretty much it was recalled, but it can't be recalled because it was never launched. So they put me on hold and said, we have to do more testing. Well, meanwhile, they've already given these batteries out to other people to test, to other guinea pigs, and I absolutely was like, no way, I'm not going to be somebody's guinea pig. So that is why I decided, no way, no lithium ion for like 5 years, let's wait until things get proven. I mean, just look at Samsung, for example. They're, well-established, reputable company, and they just had their huge battery thing. There's a perception that flooded lead acid batteries, which is what I got, are like this dirty, nasty thing to be avoided. High maintenance and bad batteries. But in fact, they've been around the longest. People know, and their manufacturers know exactly how they're going to respond in different environments and situations, and their chemistry is the absolute best made so far. Reliable, working, whereas lithium, they're still working things out and they're still having problems, and a lot of companies like the one I was dealing with are not ready to launch it because they can't get it right. The other thing about lithium, actually it was the reason why I absolutely chose not to go with lithium batteries, is because if they overheat or have a malfunction, they can actually combust, like fire and things like that. Whereas if these guys explode, or whatever you want to call it, their top blows off. So it's safer, right? There's no fire involved. And the lithium batteries, they can either combust or they can literally get so hot that they just burn their way right through every floor below them until they hit the ground. Why did I deliberately choose flooded over sealed? Well, flooded is by far the better value in terms of kilowatt per hour. So they're less expensive up front. Also, the flooded batteries, they have a better chance of recovering in an abusive environment. Let's say they're not, maintained well or something like that. They have a better chance to actually recover than the sealed ones. And people think, oh God, high maintenance. But really, it is maintenance. It's a teeny bit, but it's not a lot. If you have like your charge control set right and you're keeping out for the safety of them, you only have to do something like every 3 or 4 months. And it's pretty easy, mostly just making sure there's enough water in them. So because of the ability to actually maintain the flooded ones, you can maybe even get a better battery out of it than a sealed one. It kind of reminds me of like the difference between Macs versus PCs. PCs, you can go in, you do a little bit of like coding, you can change things yourself. And Macs, they're all closed up, can't do anything, and can't do anything. Needless to say, I am a PC girl, just like I'm now a flooded lead acid girl. But I do love my iPhone, and ironically, it has a lithium battery in it. So why did I choose Crown versus some of the other top flooded lead acid storage, renewable energy storage batteries? Crown has been around 91 years. They have this stuff down pat, and renewable energy storage, that is their forte. It's what they do. It's not like, they're also specializing in car batteries or phone batteries or whatever. This is their thing. So that is really appealing to me as a consumer, to buy from somebody who specializes in a product that I really want to be a super strong product. The other thing about Crown is that it's the way that they actually make the battery. It's not because, oh, they became prestigious and now they're like, you know, one of the top ones. It's not their name. It's actually the way that they make the battery. Like I said, they've been doing this for 91 years. So what other lead acid battery companies will do is there's lead plates inside the batteries, and they, you know, stamp out a piece of a lead plate, right, from a lead sheet. Well, that can only get you so much power because you can only get so much thickness and like surface area or something like that. But what this company does is they actually pour a grid. They pour lead into a grid. So they make a grid with like lead that they pour. And because the lead is like a web, you know, or the grid is like a web, right? It can hold, you know, more stuff. So then they pour on like this other stuff. And because of that, they can get like thicker, better area, and it's much more efficient and lasts a lot longer. But this is the first and foremost reason why I went with these particular batteries and why I went with flooded lead acid batteries is because I spoke with people who have been relying on these batteries or this type of battery for years, and some of them even almost 2 decades, one of those particularly being Handy Bob. And I'm much more inclined to believe somebody who has been relying on their, you know, daily use of something versus, you know, the salespeople or the marketers. So, you know, a lot of people that I talk to that have been relying on this is what they've come to appreciate. For example, Handy Bob, he's had like every type of battery, you know, brand, and I don't know if he's at Lithium, but you know, Seal and the gel, AGM, all that sort of stuff, and this is his preferred one. So I appreciate hearing that from somebody who's relying on it, because I'm gonna rely on it. The salespeople don't rely on it. The marketers don't rely on it. It's the people that actually use it. You know, this is what they're saying. So I'm very happy and confident to move forward with these batteries. I can't wait. And once I get these hooked up, and after, you know, a while, I will report back, and hopefully it's going to go as well as it has for everybody else. And I'm expecting that. Thank you so much for watching. Keep following your highest excitement, and be safe. Happy trails, and we'll see you next time.